everybody? So it is Monday, and I'm just getting to work. I don't even have my badge on, but I am in my classroom. I have a couple things I need to do today. I need to meet with my director, talk about who is, well, basically I don't know who my team is, my teacher team, and I do know that I need to get trainings together for teachers because that's what I do. It's a big part of my job, so I need to start working on that, and then I need to get the lesson plans done for the first week, and I have not done that yet. Then I wrote on my wall on Friday, because this is a dry erase wall, so I wrote on both sides. I don't know if you can see the other side, but I wanted to test them to see if I left stuff up there, if it would erase. I know sometimes on my dry erase boards I've had in classrooms, if I left something up there overnight, it wouldn't come off. I would have to almost wash it off, even though it's dry erase. So I wanted to see how that would do. So I'm getting ready to test that. Matter of fact, let me do it now. What else am I doing today? So I need to do my lesson plans. Start getting trainings together for teachers. I need to figure out how many teachers we are going to have, what they're going to be teaching, and what exactly he wants me to go over. My classroom, I bought some air freshener. Let me show you. These things are good. Like, they're really, really strong. But it's almost gone already, so I'm going to have to buy another one. But this, don't know what it's called. Maybe it's Glade. I don't know. But I got 2 of them, and my room smells way better than the rest of the building, which is a relief to me because the building smells like mildew. I mentioned it to our director, and she seems to think maybe it's something, the installation in the roof. And then there's a leak in my room because it ruined my poster here with the periodic table. And if you look up at the ceiling, you can see there's a nice little dark spot next to my TV. So yeah, I have to tell him about that because I found that out later on in the day, on yesterday. So I'm not going to do too much talking because when I edit my vlogs, what I'm learning is Coach V can talk. I got that from my mother. My mother is a talker, and I got it honest. So I talk way too much. So I'm going to cut back on doing so much talking and explaining my life story in my vlogs because that's not fruitful to you. So I'm going to go start my day, and I will probably catch up with y'all later on. What's up, everybody? So it is somewhat lunchtime, I guess. Well, this is the time that I am going to eat lunch. How about that? I went to Pizza Hut, got me a pizza and some tea because I love sweet tea. But I'm not gonna vlog now or long because I have someone coming down here to help me. We have people in the community who come and help from time to time. So I have one on the way to do that. But anyway, I was talking to the admin assistant, and she said something I thought was so powerful I wanted to share. She said, she was talking about raising her daughter and how she was led to allow her daughter to learn, correct her, but not crush her spirit. And it really stood out to me because that is what we want to do overall. We want to correct our students, but we don't want to correct them so harshly that they just feel like they have the whole has been drained out of them. So you just want to keep that in mind. And I thought that was just an incredible concept to grab hold of. It's just when you're correcting students, the goal is to correct them but not crush their spirit. I believe in making students feel guilty. I guilt trip kids all the time because feeling guilty is what makes me take ownership over whatever offense I have caused or the things that I have done. So I am all for guilt, but I don't want it to be to the point where they're so guilty they are just beside themselves and they're depressed. No, I just want you to feel bad enough to own up to it and fix it. Confess it, and fix it right away. Okay, this is what I've done. I shouldn't have done it. I feel bad. I see how it affects my peers. Let me do this to fix it, and this is how we're going to make sure it never happens again. That's what I'm about. That's what I do every day in my classroom. So again, you want to correct them, but don't crush their spirit. I just thought that was so profound. All right, I'm going to eat lunch and get ready for my helper to come in and help me. I got these things here. Let me show you this. I got to show you everything. So I went to Five and Below before I came to work this morning. And I got these little, I wanted some ottomans to go over there in that carpet section over here, because my goal is, I can't do a whole lot of flexible seating because of the way the room is set up, and the limited, I have tables instead of desks, so it's really hard to do flexible seating here. And then my room is smaller than most. But anyway, they're gonna go there, and they'll have the option to sit in them from time to time. Or of course every day. Then you have this section back here. This is gonna be like the study area, I'm thinking, with these chairs. Let me close the door so you can see. They can come back there and maybe do partner study or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but I just know it's a good touch and it's right by the supplies area in my classroom, so I thought that would be good. And then those up there would be another option for them to sit. So just trying to do something different. From what I see, it's never been done here before, and I just want to give them more options. And of course, again, I have a smaller group because of what I'm teaching this year, so there's no need for me to go all out as far as, like I'm going to have 30 kids. I will always have no more than 20 at most per session, because we're going to alternate based on the schedule that I've created. That's subject to change because that happens a lot around here. But based on the schedule right now, it's going to be like an A, B, and C day. So we're going to see how that plays out. Which, if all goes accordingly, to play out well. If I'm forced to change, then it may not play out so well. But anyway, I got to go. I will talk to y'all later on. Wow. Alright, so we see that the ottoman is working. Flexible seating is underway. He's not exactly sitting on it like I thought they would. I can see every student doing what he's doing right now. They're going to, I don't know what he's doing actually, but yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to show y'all that flexible seating is underway in my classroom. I'm so proud. And he's really comfortable over there.
Yeah, I feel kind of good.
Feel kind of good. Okay, well, I am going to help him take out some trash down the hall, because they put bits of the ceiling that fell down from the flood in there, and I don't want him to strain himself. So I'm going to help him with that real quick. And then I'm probably not going to vlog anymore today, because I don't have anything to talk about. So we'll talk about him.
Yeah.
Teachers, if you have students who come hang out in your room, that's how you know you're a good teacher. That means they feel comfortable with you. Is that what that means?
No, you never taught me either.
I've never taught you anything?
Well, yes, yeah, you just told me that Rosa Parks wasn't the first one to sit on the bus like that.
Yes.
Some other lady. And that lady's name wasn't Kisms, it was Chisholms.
Chisholm. Yeah.
Shirley Chisholm.
Shirley Chisholm. He learned about her today.
We did not learn, we just learned the name.
You learned the name, but did you learn something?
No, I learned something.
Every moment is a teaching moment, teachers. If you take time to teach, they will learn. He learned. And you just heard him admit that he learned. And I taught. So 5 points for Coach B. Hot darn. I'm teaching. No, the kids don't even hear yet, and I'm already doing my job.
Wow.
Unlike some people.
I'm doing my job.
That's your job?
I just swept the floor. I'm taking a 5-minute break. Lord.
Taking a 5-minute break. He just got here an hour ago. Please help me. On that note, I'm gone.
Oh, I'm so dead. 5-minute break. I got here. But man, babe,
I don't understand.
She said she love me.
Okay. Fella, you're gonna have to hush during my vlog. Okay, so I'm taking this back because it just don't fit in here, and I feel bad because I wasted $20 on that thing when I got the other one for $5. So I'm just going to get 2 more of those. You're not gonna be singing that crazy stuff. It's the end of the day. It is now 5:08. It is time for me to go home. So I'm going home. This child, I'm gonna have to keep him out of my classroom because he's, I don't know. He likes Coach B, but who's supposed to be working? You get off at 6. You are. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Maybe you lose it. Hold on, all right. So what do you say at the end of your life? You need to start saying a catchy catchphrase.
A catchy catchphrase?
Yeah.
Help me think of one.
All right, let's think of one right now. Okay.
No, we can't think of. Y'all gonna be bored watching this.
Okay.
We're gonna think of a catchphrase and I'll use it tomorrow. But for today, it's gonna be, I see y'all tomorrow.
No, that is super corny. That is too corny.
Not as corny as your mom. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's not. Do not ever tell a student that.
You know
I do
what?
that because
Let's disrespect me like that again. Okay,
I know him. So
I got it.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow. Wait, how'd you do your finger thingy?
Like I spread it out.
Like Miss Seeley, till you do right by me?
Everything you've done to me, already done to you.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow. That it look like I'm trying to put a curse on it.
All right.
Till tomorrow.
All right.
Who am I? Sophia from the Golden Girls? Now like you trying to give them anointing. Stretch your hands, touch the screen right now. I feel the anointing.
And it's healing your body right.
Till tomorrow. All right. Yeah, I'm ready. Till tomorrow.
I'm just pointing. I'm pointing y'all every day. Till tomorrow. Put my finger in your face too, like that.
Oh, that's smooth.
Oh, well, some people go, all right, till tomorrow, and they go, boop.
And that's real smooth, though.
I should do that?
Yeah, do that. All right, you ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Till tomorrow. So, what have I done today? I have done absolutely nothing. I blew up that blue thing over there. And my intern is here bothering me today. She's doing...
Your favorite intern of all interns.
She's doing... What are you doing?
Answer keys currently.
Answer key. That's
for your
right.
future students.
Because of her, I don't have to write in red ink. She's doing all the writing in the red ink. It's amazing. Amazing. So, y'all know yesterday, I blew up the other blue one. And ooh, my face is on fleek again with this light. My Lord. But I blew up the other one, so I bought another one for $5 at the 5 and below. And I decided to keep this expensive ottoman, which I wanted to take back, but I ended up keeping it. So yeah, that's still here. I still don't know what to do with the Amityville horror desks that I told y'all about, because they're just there. The kids are gonna love them because they say they're haunted, but I don't know. I think if I leave them like that, it'll creep them out. So I have to find somewhere for them to go because they're like awkwardly facing each other. So yeah. Today has been a busy day. I've been walking around trying to stay cool, and then people keep calling me about issues with teachers. We had an issue with one of our instructional coaches and his approach to helping teachers, and they kind of complained to me about it. So I tried to address it, and it wasn't well received. So yeah, that was my morning. I spent the morning in a meeting. Then I vlogged. Well, I didn't vlog. I thought about vlogging. All this is like between the hours of 8 and 1. So then I just looked at my intern and said, I think I want to vlog, or I should vlog. And she's like, you should, because I wanted to see. So now she's watching me vlog, and she's over there working so hard. So yeah, she's amazing. I absolutely love her, and she works hard.
Thanks.
So, yeah. Oh, and she's a student
At Campbell University.
She's going. What are you going to school for?
Emergency medicine.
Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to convert her to a teacher. So I got till January to do that. And hopefully I can con her into staying past January. Up until May, the end of the year. That would be wonderful. So she's already here before the kids got here. So she stays to the end of the year. It'll just be simply divine. And I won't have to work so hard. So yeah, she's just making me very, very lazy right now. So, are you getting ready to ask me another English question?
Yes.
Which one?
So is it, please stop by the supermarket, which is on Route 5, or that is on, which is on Route 5?
She's been asking me questions that she already knows the answer
It's
to.
better when you ask it out loud. When you say it out loud, it sounds better.
Then say it out
Where's
loud.
the dress that you planted?
See, she's a beast at this. I don't know why she's not teaching. So the syllabuses are done. They're on at the Student Center. I really want to work on the Student Center, but maybe it's enough as it is. I don't know. But that's all I have for now. I'm probably going to vlog later when the other child gets here, because I'm quite sure he's going to be taking over my computer and in my chair again. And then I'm going to raid the storage room to see what else I can steal from there. Well, not steal. That I can borrow without asking. And then that's it. And then I might be done today. So I might vlog again today, and then I might not. You might not see me until tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So tomorrow will be a much better day because Wednesdays are kind of, it's hump day. So it gets easier after Wednesday. I don't know why. It just does. So we'll talk to you later. Say bye, you say.
Bye.
Good morning. So I am getting my keychain stuck on the door, but I just got to my classroom. Just arrived at campus. My morning has been productive, to say the least. I spent the morning on the phone with one of the staff, one of the instructional coaches, and the one I mentioned yesterday, and he is still heated about the discussion that went on. So I spent the morning hearing his portion of his side of the story. I hope my face is not dry on film, but anyway, I might need to put some lotion on. But it's one of those instances where you're talking and you're listening, and then you respond, you give feedback, but it's like that person is not listening to you, so they're not getting your response. As I fix my shirt, so they're not getting what you're saying, but you're understanding what they're saying, but they're not listening wholeheartedly to your side. So it's kind of like a one-sided conversation. So it gets to the point where you kind of just stop talking, because it's like, okay, I'm repeating myself, I'm saying the same thing in different ways, but you're not getting it. So I just listened, and because it was over the phone, I just told him we would talk about it tomorrow. And I'm hoping that maybe when we're face to face, it'll simplify the communication process and maybe we can get on the same page. But yeah, that was my morning. So anyway, I got some things to finish. I got to finish my curriculum overview, put together some professional standards for our teachers, and then work on professional development as well for their return. I need to meet with our director to talk about some things I want to try this year in an effort to better the quality of our instruction. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into that right now, and I'll probably vlog with y'all later on today. What's up, everybody? It is Coach B. So I have been working today a lot. It's 2:45 right now, so and I'm just now vlogging. But I got here late today because I had some home stuff to do. No, I was supposed to have a meeting, but that was rescheduled till Monday. So I did my agenda. I wrote out everything I needed to do today on the board so that I would remember, and I decided to use the fancy ottoman as my marker storage. So I keep all my markers and stuff in here, and extra paper and all of that stuff. So what I think I'm going to do with that is use that as like the supply. Since I don't have a closet in here, that'll be my supply storage place. And if we get low on stuff, I will go in there and get it. I really don't want the kids going in there because stuff will go missing. But I plan to fill it with a whole bunch of markers, pen packs, pencil packs, and stuff like that. Today hasn't really been eventful. I spoke with my director. We're planning for Monday. Monday students return. There'll be another teacher in my building with me. She starts Monday or Tuesday. So I need to get her stuff together for the sake of bringing her up to speed on what we are doing. What else? You know I'm tired when I lean on the wall. But so yeah, I gotta get her stuff ready. And then I've been working on still revising the curriculum overview for this year. And then I'm also doing some stuff for elementary education because in the afternoon I'll be working with, I found out 3rd and 4th grade will be coming in for tutoring. So I need to organize that, some study. I want to do a study skills lesson with them, but I've heard rumors from our director who said maybe you just need to do homework help and don't do so much teaching them study skills at that age. I've never taught elementary. I am not certified in that area. I am totally secondary. But the way we're working here is in this extended day program, we do have kids who are younger than middle school age. So they get service too, and they just get tutoring and homework help. So I'll be doing that, but I gotta figure out how. But the lady who is coming in, she is elementary ed, and she taught elementary ed last year, so she'll be a good person for that. So anyway, I still need to get her stuff together to train her for professional development. Kind of like a teacher induction, so I need to get her stuff done. I still need to do that. But like I said, I'm working on my curriculum right now. Then I was going to do lesson plans. I actually won't get in depth into teaching until next week, it's looking like. So I'm sorry, the week after, the second week. So yeah, that's kind of, it's not crushing my plans, it's just messing up my mental calendar I had. Because I have a mental calendar that says we're going to cover this at this time, we're going to do that at that time, and we're going to get here by this time. But if one thing falls behind, it messes up the rest of the grading period for me, because I do my planning by grading period. I may not have like a daily lesson plan, because I try to keep myself 2 weeks ahead in lesson plans. But I do have an order, if that makes sense, of I want to be here by the end of this month, and I want to be here I want to reach this goal by the end of the month, this goal by the end of 3 weeks. I want to accomplish this by week 4, 5, 6, you know, so I have that. And I've always done it that way, and by the end of the year, I'm ahead of the game. Like last year when I finished teaching, when we took our final exam, when it was final exam time in here, we were done 3 weeks before the final exam. So I did that on purpose so that we would have that cushion to be able to do nothing but review for 3 weeks. That didn't work out, of course, because like I said yesterday, I was in meetings all the time, so I did not get to review. So, yeah. But when I taught biology at the high school, it was the same way. Me and my team, because our school was large, so it was a lot of us, and you had your department, and within the department, the principal created sectors. Let's say my department had 15, so my sector there would be broke off in 3 or 4 sectors, and my sector would have me and 3 or 4 other teachers, and we all planned together. And although our department as a whole had a unified goal and objective, each sector could also do their own planning goal. So we would plan together as a team and try to be, like all of us biology teachers, try to make sure we were teaching together, we were all on the same page. So me and my team would do that, and we did that year. This is 2012-2013 school year, because that was the year I would never forget. But anyway, it was an amazing team. So we planned, we stuck with it. We had a couple hiccups, I remember, but that fall semester we were getting ready to test. This is back before they start doing the January stuff, which I hate. The kids come back from Christmas break and take their final exams. I just think that's totally just, in my opinion, I think it's stupid. But back during this day and time, we tested before they went home for Christmas. So that week before, well, the week they got out for school was final exam week for the first semester. So we were done covering our stuff by the time we got back after Thanksgiving break. That was our last week teaching new material. After that, we did nothing but review. So we were about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of the game. And it happened every year after, because we planned that way, and we planned by grading period, and then we planned by month, and we created goals by the end of a certain amount of weeks. And you know, we really stuck by those plans, and as a team it was easier as well, because we all were on the same thing. So if one was struggling in another area, another person could kind of help them, you know, lift that struggle, if you will. So it was really, really, really good. So I'm trying to bring that here. I said all that to say I'm trying to bring that here. I want to train them to do the same thing, because last year what I saw a lot was our teachers were planning week by week. And when you plan week by week, to me it's hard to create an overarching goal, because you're planning week by week. You don't really know what you're doing next week because you're focused on planning for this week. No, I think we need to plan at least 2 or 3 weeks in advance, and because that's the expectation here is weekly planning. Planning in advance is not something that's really pushed, therefore it's not done. You know how we do. You know, if you don't make us do it, it may not get done. So anyway, my goal this year, since I have been tasked with that task, is I want to get folk in the habit of doing a series of lesson plans so that we will have an overall goal. and see some type of growth and development in us as teachers in addition to the kids. And if we flourish, the children will flourish. But I think it's a disservice when we only plan, to plan and not really planning because we want to get them at a certain level. We're looking at content and saying, I want to cover this on this day, and then this on that day, and that just sounds confusing. What is your overall goal? What do you want to do at the end of this thing? So yeah, that's what I'm going to be training teachers, and it's going to be hard because it's never been done before. I mentioned it to my director, and he kind of looked at me like, you think you can get and do that? So I've been I've been warned that my expectations are a little high, but this is my first year. I'm kind of like a department chair, I guess you could say, because I'm leading. Last year I trained teachers, but we had an instructional leader over us, and she, handled all the instructions. So she did all the lesson plans and all that stuff. This year, I am kind of that person, but I just handle the training, and it's looking like the instructional leadership portion of our campus. So yeah, it's because I want the kids to get something that they didn't get last year, and I don't want the same old same. I want it to be fun, but at the same time I want us to have results. And the running record is it's just not enough results. There's not enough data. I want to see greater growth this year. So anyway, that's not going to happen because of me. It's going to happen because of them, but I got to get them to a certain place mentally where they're doing that. And that's going to require some intense training. And because it's never been done before, I got to do it. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. So I do not know if I'll be vlogging today anymore because there's so much to do. I'm almost finished. Heck, Monday is that day. So if it's not done by Monday, I'm going to be in trouble. So everything has to be done. But this is it. I am done right now. Just walking around the room because that's what you do when you vlog. You just walk around the room. What's up, everybody? I'm probably not going to vlog anymore today because I have so much to do. But I was listening to she's a preacher I've known since 2007. That's how long I've been rocking with her. Her name is Dr. Jacqueline McCullough, and most people know her as Jackie McCullough. And she was, in her message, she's teaching on the heart. And she made a mention about a concept that I teach within my teachers when I'm training teachers. But I heard her say it, and it really shed a lot of light on it from a whole nother perspective. She said, she talked about children and choices. She talked about the importance of children being taught how to value things. And she used the reference of, we have made children appreciate things versus the heart, which reminds me so much of one of my closest friends, Dr. Jillian Rosenberg. She has a YouTube channel you have to check out. Me and her share a passion for moral engagement and moral education, teaching kids about morals and values, and ultimately changing our society as a whole by teaching those traits that are so absent in today's society. So I want y'all to hear what she had to say, and then I'll be right back.
We have raised a whole generation who have not tapped into their own emotions. We have taught them to have things. That's why they'll kill you for a gold chain. And they'll stab their grandmother for her welfare check. And then sit up in the courtroom without any emotions while they're being sentenced to life imprisonment with a face of stone. And we ask what monsters? We created those monsters. Because we taught them that Gucci and gold chain was more important than the heart. Hear we have this man saying you must repent. So you must be in touch with your own emotions. You must be able to feel the pain and the pinch of your wrongdoings. It is healthy. The moment you lose that, we know you're in trouble. When you stop crying and asking God to forgive you, we know you're in trouble. When you don't cry no more, we know you in trouble. When you can't feel that you've done something wrong and you don't even look sad, we know you in trouble. And we keep doing it and come back and feel nothing. You got to feel the pinch. David said, I hate the sin that makes me moan. You got to know that guilt is not always negative. Guilt forces you to change. When I feel guilty, I want to get it off my back. So I change my attitude. Today we tell you, don't make them feel guilty. Don't put that burden on them. You ought to feel it. The reason why our children can keep on killing and keep on hurting is because we don't let them feel the pain of offending. When you steal somebody's car, you ought to feel sorry. When you hit somebody, you ought to feel sorry. The day you don't feel anything, you have become a monster. And our hearts have become hard. Oh, we have not felt the pain of our sin. For we have made it easy for you to come and jump and shout and look prosperous. And ignore. You got to cry sometime. You got to feel guilty sometime. Not every guilt should be shouted over. There's some guilt that must force you to action. Not every guilt you cry and get a little touch over. There's some guilt you got to live with all night long. Maybe if you live with it long enough, you'll quit it. Help me, Holy Ghost. I know I'm by myself tonight. Oh, come on and praise him just a little bit. Come on. For godly sorrow worketh repentance. For I will declare my iniquity. I will be sorry for my sin. Psalm 38.
So after hearing that, I was like, wow. The concept that I teach, when I say I teach teachers that, is I believe my mother called it guilt tripping. And my mother, when she would punish us, she would lecture us, but the lecture would be all about making us feel worse about whatever we did. As I grew up and I asked her about it, she said, well, I did it because I wanted it to stick. If you deal with pain, the pain of your offense, feeling guilty, she said, my concept was, if I made you feel guilty enough, maybe you'll come out of it. Which is the same thing McCullough has said. So, what I think that we should practice is, I'm not saying that we should hurt the children's feelings. Again, remembering what I said last week that I learned from my colleague here in the office. She said, correct them, but don't crush their spirit. So that is important. But I also think we need to make sure that we are readily giving them that component of, I need you to accept what you've done. You need to feel guilty. You need to feel sorry. You should feel, as McCullough said, you should feel the pain and the offense of your wrongdoing. It is healthy. And when I heard her say that, I was like, you know what? Maybe that is what's missing, because our children today do not, and I'm not saying it's all of them, but a lot of the ones that I deal with do not feel guilty. And that's every campus I've been at. When I go and they're in the principal's office or we're meeting with parents, you have a child who's just sitting there like, and half of them have been through that before. So mentally they're done. It's like, okay, well, what you're going to suspend me? Send me home. And it's to the point now where a lot of kids want to be sent home. Send me home for 5 days. Suspend me for 2 weeks. You doing me a favor. And when they go to the house, they're not gaining anything. They're not learning. They're going to sit around and lounge around and play video games because parents work. So, parents can't really track what's going on in the home. So, I said all that to say, I think it's important because this stems from a question from a colleague, from one of the teachers that I'm training in a department. And she said, is it wrong for us to make students feel guilty? Is that, because that's like mental abuse. And I said, no. It would be wrong for us not to do that. What we're teaching them is how to consider other people's feelings. We're teaching them how to think holistically. I'm not just going to think about the now. I'm going to think about the results. For me, for everything I've done wrong, it is the offenses that pushed me towards change. It is the pain that I caused other people, or the guilt that I've had to deal with, that really made me say, okay, I'm never ever doing that again. And another component I think that we forget is the longer we allow our children to live out that madness of feeling as though they do not have to give an account for what they've done, the more severe it will be. When you're 17 and you lie and it's corrected, it changes your future. When you're 17 and you lie and no one corrects you, before you know it, you're 27. Before you know it, you're 37. Before you know it, you're 47. And lying has become a way of life for you. And that's with anything. Everything that we deal with in the school, in our classroom, is not just for the 10 months that we're in class. The behavior that we're teaching, the stuff that we're correcting, is building that student. Not just so that we can have a better day in the classroom. I'm teaching you how to be a better individual, a better global citizen. Because what you do now is going to affect you later. And the last thing I need is for the misbehavior to become a norm for you. And as a result, your future is contaminated because no one from your past corrected you. Children are going to do things because they don't know any better. As Val Brown taught me years ago, she said, children do not think long term. As teachers, we have to help them begin to think long term. It's the most powerful thing I think she's probably ever said. But then again, she says a lot of powerful stuff. But when she said that to me, when I went to her for advice, it changed me forever in how I looked at children. Because I realized when she said that, it convicted me. Because it made me realize that if I don't teach them, if I don't show them, that's on me. I can't put it off on the parent. Parents shouldn't put it off on the teachers, but they do. But when I have that child for the period that I have them, it is my responsibility to give them all of the components that they need, that I can within my spectrum. Outside of that, that's up to them. And guilt hinges off of accountability. And if they get that concept, if we can make them accountable, they'll own up to how they're feeling, they'll own up to what they're doing, and all together it will build them to be a better individual. So I think guilt in the classroom is worth practicing. I do. If it's going to train you, again, you don't want to do it so much that a child is going home depressed and contemplating suicide. Okay, then you have gone too far. But I do want you, to own up to what you're feeling and to own up to what you have done and to accept the fact that you have caused pain to other people or that you have caused difficulty in the classroom. Whatever it is that they have done, I think they should feel that. And that comes from you having a conversation with the student and saying, look at what you've done. Because you did this, A, B, C, and D happened. So now what do we do? And for me, my concept of correction is, okay, this is what you've done. These are the side effects of what you have done. This is what I want you to do. And these are the steps we're going to take to make sure it doesn't happen again. And when I go over the part of where I said, this is what I want you to do, that's totally based on them. What do you want for yourself? Do you want this to change? Do you want to be better? What can I do to help you be better? And as a result, again, in that phase, we're working together to come to a conclusion that is best for everybody. It's not me telling the student what to do. Now, I know it sounds that way, but it's really me. When I said it, what I meant was, is you facilitating the process of thinking and considering what they need to do next. They don't know how to do that just yet, so we have to facilitate that. We're going to guide them in their decision making to change, but we don't want to tell them to change. We don't want to tell them how to change. I think it's way more beneficial to the student if they think about it all themselves, and then you just question it along the way. Okay, now if we do that, what is this going to do? Or what about this? How are we going to make people feel better after we say mean things to them? And if you say you're just not going to say anything to anybody, okay, that's good. But what about the fact that some people need to talk to you? Asking those questions gets those gears grinding, and it really builds the character of the child. And at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're not only educating, but we're building character. And that's important. All right, that's it. That's all I have. I have to get to work. I will not probably vlog anymore today. Again, like and subscribe. Please share. And if I do not vlog again, I will see y'all next week. Have a great weekend.
It's gonna work out sooner than later. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. It's gonna work out in your favor.